Hey everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so excited to see your beautiful faces. We've got some beautiful familiar faces. We've got some new faces, people I'm so excited to meet. I see old dear friends of mine. Carissa, I thought about you like 2 days ago. Of course you're here now. I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have all of you today. I think everyone got the right meeting link, right? I think there was a switch up in me. So obviously all of you have the right meeting link. So Kayla and I were just chatting ahead of time. I was like, make sure you're checking the inboxes. So we should be we should be good to go. But welcome. I am so excited to spend time with all of you today. Oh, Chris, I'm so happy you're here too. And let's just start off with this. So obviously today is cracking the code, helping you really dial in on building out that six-figure roadmap. I want to hear from all of you who are here live. I know some people, quite a few people will probably be catching the replay. But from those of you who are here live, I like to do things interactive. I want to work with you live. What are you here for? What is your intention for today's event? Why are you taking time out of your full, busy, in demand? We like to use the word in demand versus busy here, but your in demand schedule to be here live at this event. And you can type it in the chat. You can come off mute really quick if you want to do that. But I want to hear from all of you. Let's see who wants to go first. Got
I'll go
people typing
first.
Penny. Yeah, it's so good to see you, by the way.
Hi, yes, good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have two reasons for being here. One, I invited a couple of people and I wanted to show up for them and to support them on their journey.
Yeah.
And the second reason is because I feel like I'm putting together a puzzle on a little thing that I'm working with for myself. And the pieces are coming together. And I just had a feeling that this morning another piece was going to be revealed and I was going to I'm just working on the puzzle.
Good, good. Trust that intuition. Always, always, always. Welcome to everyone who's joining live. By the way, we're just sharing what's your intention? Why are you here? And you can type it in the chat. I know there's a lot of you who I do know. There's many of you who don't know yet. And I want to honor why you're here today. So let's see here. Karen is saying, I know I'm close. I need to stop my scarcity mindset. I have clients coming in frequently now. Good. So it sounds like almost like letting your identity and self-concept catch up with some of what's happening in the 3D and then elevating, right? Continue to elevate that identity and self-concept. I love that. Corey, want to really reach my ideal clients, start working with new clients. I know they're coming, but haven't shown up yet. Well, you are in the right place, my friend. Valerie, ready to attract the right clients. Amen, amen, amen. We want to be specific with who we're attracting, right? So absolutely love it. Keep sharing while you come in. I'm gonna go ahead and share a little bit of what today is all about and what I'm hoping to create for all of you here. And again, if you're new to the community, we're so happy to have you. Oh, Angela, I just saw you're on here live too. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, I love seeing beautiful new friends, familiar friends. This is so fun. Michelle saying I'm beginning to attract the right team members and clients. Beautiful, beautiful. So today, my heart and what I really want to focus on with all of you is to teach and share exactly what you do and what you do not need to focus on in order to crack the code to six figures and beyond. And I just want to tee it up too with the members of our community are all going for different goals. So if you're not familiar with this community, then this may be new, but we tend to segment and work with women in our programs by women going for their first six figures, then women when they've hit that going for multi six or seven. So you'll hear a lot of the language today around breaking 10K months and hitting your first six figures. And by the way, if that's a goal of yours, type 1 in the chat. I just want to see who here is like currently working for that. But I'll also say that you can take what we talk about today and apply it to virtually any goal. So just know that, okay, I'm seeing a lot of ones in the chat. So yeah, lots of women going for that. That's beautiful. And if you're going for something else, let me know that too. Hi, Shannon. Oh, okay, I'm going to get distracted with all the like beautiful souls coming in. So I'm going to try to not get too distracted here. But this is so fun. So I'm going to do live teaching for the next little bit. We're going to have live coaching at the end. So stay until the very end because the last like 30, 45 minutes or so, I want to work with those of you who are here live to help you with your custom plan. I was just on a call with some clients this morning and really helping them dial in on what matters and what doesn't in terms of hitting income goals. And that's one of the biggest things that I want to try to address for you today is being able to get out of any amount of stuckness or spinning or lack of clarity about what really is going to move the needle for you. Because so often we can get into like check the box action. Like we see so and so doing something online. I should be doing that. I should be posting 3 times a day. I should be going live daily, right? All of these different things. And we can get into overwhelm with it and we can get into spin. And my experience has been that the more we can simplify, the more we can streamline, the more we can help you tap into your zone of genius and your uniqueness that makes you you. And like Valerie was saying earlier, talk to the right clients, not just any client, then you can hit and achieve and then surpass that income goal so much faster than you thought was possible. So we're going to be talking about that today. I want to have time for live coaching at the end. I think my heart and my passion is to help you collapse time and space in terms of achieving that goal. So who here would be excited to collapse time and space to hit that 100K a year, multi 6 figures, 7 figures, right? Whatever the goal is for you right now, to be able to do it faster and no more spinning, no more wasting time, no more struggling and trying to and feeling like you've got to do all these different things to get there. Like this is about simplicity. This is about streamlining. I'm seeing a lot of yeses in the chat. So yeah, completely with you. By the way, Connie, hi, thank you so much for joining. So good to see you. Connie just had me on her summit yesterday. I'm so honored you're here. I will not just collapse, but create a wormhole. Yes, which we were talking about this yesterday, Connie, like who in here is a mom? So just out of, and I know not everyone, but lots of moms, right? And so whether you're a mom and you're raising littles, which I'm currently a mom of two, have been currently a mom of 2 little boys. And my heart is I don't want to waste effing time. I'm just going to call it what it is. Every minute we spend away from our babies, from our family, for those of you who have partners, or even if you don't have kids or a partner, like just your life, like things that actually matter to you. We can just get stuck behind a computer screen, like spinning, trying all these different things. And like Bob Proctor talked about, every goal you go after, you're trading your life for it. So I don't know about you, but for me at this point in my life, I do not want to waste time on things that do not move the needle. And so that's what I'm here for today, is to help all of you figure out, what do I need to focus on? What don't I need to focus on? How do I move the needle? By the way, if you are here live and you can come on camera, I would love to see your beautiful faces. It really makes a big difference to be able to connect. Thank you so much for coming on camera, Julia. I appreciate it. Just the interactive piece is really fun. And then also, we have something brand new that we are rolling out today, which I'm super excited about. I'll share it with you at the end. And we have something very special only for those of you who are here live. It goes away after the live. So stay on till the end, because we're really excited about that. And before I get any further, I want to acknowledge Kayla on my team. She is here. Many of you have probably been connecting with her, interacting with her. She makes the whole world go round here in She Sells World. So she is also a mama, an entrepreneur, incredibly successful saleswoman, professional, a wife, and she's brilliant. So you all probably have been connecting with her before. You may connect with her after, but I just want to say thank you, Kayla, for everything you do, because you really make a huge difference in my life and for all of our clients as well. So with that, let's talk about the why behind this event. I shared it a little bit already. And if you've been to other events, raise your hand if you've been to other events for She Sells before. So a lot of you are like in the community, you've been to other events. You know, a lot of times we talk about the inner work, because I believe that that is such a huge piece of it. And today's going to be a little bit different though. So I have been a sales, a business coach for about a decade now. And I've always had a heart for helping people and especially women. Now you will see we have more than just women here today. So I want to acknowledge you. For the men who are here, we love you. We're so glad you're here. And I actually worked more with men than with women before launching She Sells. So everyone, all are welcome. But my heart, especially right now with this event too, is helping women make more money and achieve their life goals and do it in less time. And recently, I have seen more and more women coming into the community and thinking that they have to do all sorts of complex things to make the sales they want, to make the money they want. And it is so easy to fall into this trap. Like you can't open Instagram today without seeing someone saying like, do this 5-step funnel, right? Or you need to start doing YouTube ads, or you need to invest in this funnel builder or that funnel builder. You need this crazy type of website. And I see women coming in and thinking that it has to take a long time or it has to be really complex. And so I want to try to dispel those myths for you today because none of us have time to waste. Some of you may feel like you've got money to waste and throw around at it, but more often than not, I think the women I work with and the men I work with are like, no, I want to be really efficient and effective with my investments. And I will tee up everything that I share today with, there are a lot of things that I am not good at in life. Like if you want to lose a trivia game, bring me with you. If you want to go to a basketball game and have a miserable time because the person next to you has no idea what's going on, I'm your girl. Okay. One of the things that I am good at, that I've been blessed with, is sales and business strategy and helping you cut through the fluff and shorten the timeline on how long it takes to achieve your goals and to make money. So we're going to talk strategy today primarily. And one important disclaimer before we get into it is that if anyone tells you there is only one strategy that will work to help you achieve your goals as an entrepreneur, as a sales professional, they are lying. Do not believe them. There are lots of strategies that can work. There are lots of strategies that can work. Ultimately, it's what's aligned for you. And that's something that I am super passionate about, is looking for each of our clients. Who are you? How much time do you have available? What's your goal? Are you also a mom, a partner? Are you working a corporate job while you're building your business? Like, what are all the factors? What's your it factor? What's your magic? And then from there, how can we dial in on the thing that's going to move the needle most quickly for you so that you don't waste time spinning and not making the money you want to make? So, do you all want to hear I was thinking this morning about this event. I was taking a shower and I was thinking about this event. And I was like, what story would resonate with everyone here? And I thought, I should tell the story of my first 100K month so that you can hear how scrappy it was. For anyone who's like, oh, it's going to take a lot of effort and time and funnels and marketing to make more money. Does anyone want to hear the scrappiness of the first? Okay. And so I know here, most of you who are here, it's like you're here for a 10K month. And you can take this and apply this story to that. All right. I will give a disclaimer. For me, hitting 10K months was never really challenging. I kind of hit that early on in corporate, and then I stayed there as an entrepreneur, but I stayed stuck there for over a decade. And what I didn't realize was that I actually had a financial set point of $10,000 a month. And so this is actually the work we do with our clients and some of our bigger programs, is helping them move their financial set point, helping them open up to and accept more wealth, and raising that financial frequency and thermostat. So again, forget the number here with the story. Like you can kind of just pretend this first 100K month was like maybe you hitting whatever the target is for you right now that's felt out of reach or hard or difficult for a long time. But so I had been stuck at 10K months for quite some time. And by quite some time, I mean over a decade. And I finally decided that I was ready to get unstuck. Ready to get unstuck. Who here is ready to get unstuck? Where you're like, I've been at the same level for a while. I'm done playing small. I'm seeing, for those of you who are on camera, I'm seeing 2 hands from Debbie. Tori in the chat is saying amen. Yes. So that was the first thing, is I decided I was ready to get unstuck. And whether your goal right now, whether you're like, yeah, actually, I do want to do 100K months, or it's like, no, I want to do a 10K month, maybe a 5K month would be exciting for you. Number doesn't matter. It starts with a decision. It starts with a firm decision that you are getting yourself unstuck and that you can do it. So from idea, so I hired a mentor. From idea to conception, it was about a 4-week process. So I want you to hear this. I'd been stuck at 10K months for over a decade, said, I'm ready to get unstuck. Hired a mentor, decided to launch something new. Idea to conception, 4 weeks. So I just want you to think about right now, wherever you are right now, if in 4 weeks, your life could be radically different, what would that be like for you? It does not have to take long. I'm seeing hands. Yes, it does not have to take long. I decided to launch a group program for women, group coaching program for women to help them hit 10K months. Some of you happen to be in it right now. And I love you. And I'm so glad you're here. Decided to launch this group program. What I had, a huge heart to help other women succeed. I had a very high drive to be successful. I also had massive limiting beliefs. I never thought a whole group of women would want to work with me. I mean, talk about like injured feminine, like really limiting beliefs about launching something just for women. I'll be so honest. It's actually part of my story. And it's been really healing to do this work. I had a very small audience. Okay. A very small audience of my natural network, past clients from other programs. And I had a mentor and a coach to help me. What I didn't have, no existing clients in this program, no fancy website for the program, no large audience that I could market to, no testimonials or referrals from existing clients that I could reach out to. I did not have a complex marketing strategy, and I did not have a big fancy team helping me. Who here is in that boat right now where it's like, don't have the big audience, don't have the fancy website, don't have like any of that, right? Yeah, none of that. None of that. I decided to host a webinar. It was just like this, charged $85 a pop though. So it was a paid low ticket webinar. That also felt stretchy and uncomfortable. It was like, ooh, would women want to pay to come on a webinar and hear me talk? I don't know. Charged $85 for it. I DM'd the women who I thought I could serve, who I wanted to have on. I'm looking to see if anyone was on that original webinar. This was only like 3 years ago. This wasn't a long time ago. I don't think anyone here is live today, unless let me know if you are, if you were there. But so I DM'd women, I sent voice text, and I was like, hey, I'm hosting this event, blah, blah, blah. Here's here's what we're focused on. I'd love to have you. And women started paying to register. And I was like, holy crap, this is real. This can happen. Okay. Keep breathing, Elise. We had, I think, a little over 20 women come to the webinar. So again, not hundreds, not thousands, a little over 20 women. And I created a training for them, speaking from the heart. It wasn't like follow this perfect webinar funnel, I didn't invest thousands and thousands of dollars in the right funnel, it was speaking from the heart. It was probably the most disjointed webinar I've ever given, but it was heartfelt. So know that your heart, your intention matters way more than you following a perfect formula here. Okay. You speaking from the heart. I think today there's so many formulas out there and people can sniff it out when you're just like reading a script or who in here can feel that from people and you're yeah, like you can just tell, right? So heart will trump the perfect script every single time. I had just a few slides. I don't think I had a sales page for the program. I think we had like a checkout button. Like honestly, that was it. It was so scrappy. The day of the webinar, I was so nervous. I was like having nightmares the night before, like, oh my gosh, what am going into it? Like, I'm going to completely embarrass myself. I don't know what I'm doing. I was sweating before I went live. Who here has ever had one of those moments too, where you're like, what am I doing? I was like praying that Zoom wouldn't work and that the whole thing would crash so I didn't have to do it. Right. Oh, Jess, hi. I'm so glad you're here. I just saw you. And then when Zoom worked for me, unfortunately, in my mind at the time. Went live, so nervous, felt like an out-of-body experience the whole time I was giving it. But at the end, I made this offer for this very heartfelt, but very, Debbie, you and I were talking about MVP before, right? Minimum viable product, this new program I was launching, and it was a 90-day coaching program to help women hit 10K months. There was no pre-recorded course. I didn't have a Kajabi or anything like that. It was just weekly live calls with me, and then a group channel on Marco Polo where I was like, I'll help you between calls. That was it. And I figured I'd have all the calls recorded and upload them to a Google Drive folder afterwards. So that was it. And I remember I made the offer, and I think I directed people into a free call. We didn't, like I said, we didn't even have like a fancy checkout button. I think I was literally like collecting people's payment information over the phone, doing this, doing the enrollment. But people started booking calls. And the first day after I made the offer, I had a day full of sales calls. And I remember going to my husband at the end of the night, and I was like shaking, like I couldn't believe how easy it had been. And I was like, babe, I just made us $40,000. And it was the first day. And I'd never done that before. And it was such a crazy aha moment for me of how when we get out of our own way and we're available to be of service and we let it be easy, like how much possibility can open up. And we ended up having 12 of the 20 women who were there buy. And that became the 10K Club, which many of you are in now. I had my first $100,000 cash collected month. And that is what propelled She Sells into what it is today. And so I want you to just don't get too focused on the details of the story, but what are the threads that you can pull for yourself from this? And type it in the chat. Like, what are you taking from that you can apply to where you are right now? Whether you've been at this for some time, whether you're launching something new, whether you feel like you also have massive limiting beliefs like I did about what's possible, hitting your income goals, launching something new, selling to a group of people. Like, what are you taking away? Akil, consistency. Yep. Yep. Tarald, I'm hosting a talk tomorrow for a group of 30 women. This has come at such a good time. Good. Yeah. Take that. Like, it was, I was like, do it messy. It was the epitome of do it messy, but from the heart, right? You can't replace that. You can't bottle that. Let me see what else. Corey, that I'm fully capable of hosting a webinar. It scares me. All of the what ifs come out. Yep. That's how you know you're on the right track. Jess, I need to get out of my own way. Jill, take the leap. Yes. Karen, just keep going. Believe you're enough. Get out of your own way. Yes. Angela, have to do the internal work. Yes. Breaking out of what's comfortable can expand your beliefs. Absolutely. And a few others I would add in are like, do it before you're ready, and do something that's minimum viable product. Like I was laughing with my mastermind this morning. I feel like my hair today is a minimum viable product. I was like getting ready, but I was doing so much because like I said, we're launching something new today and I was doing so much this morning, getting the last pieces ready. I have no idea what the back of my head looks like right now, but I was like, the front is okay. It's an MVP for hair. Like, well, it's good for Zoom. It's fine. And we get it done. We get it done. Moving past limiting beliefs, right? And taking action anyway. And so I share that story to share that what I want to do today is help you cut through the fluff. And I'm actually going to show you in a minute, like what I truly think matters versus doesn't matter from a strategic, tactical standpoint. If you are wanting to hit your first 10K months and beyond, and help you stop wasting time, money, and energy spinning, trying out all these different things. I just truly believe for all of us, we have way better things to do than sit in front of a computer screen trying to figure it out on our own, right? So I want to share, I don't have like a ton of slides. Jess, you always have beautiful hair. I need to be back in North Carolina with you so you can give me even more beautiful hair, but thank you. I received that. I want to pull up for you a couple of slides here for this next part. Let me pull this up, slideshow. Okay, hold on. I didn't get my view set up right ahead of time. Window, boom, boom. Play from current slide. All right, let me share this. So I want to teach a framework really quick that we teach in our community before I share with you exactly what does and doesn't matter from a strategy standpoint if you're looking to break six figures. Can you all see my screen okay? Okay. You're going to see pictures of my family a little bit throughout today because to me, this is my why. And I know it is for many of you as well. Who in here it's like your family is your why? Your kids, future kids, right? Parents, siblings, your family is your why. And I'll share a story of something that happened the other day, last week actually, that really struck me momentarily. But my heart for you with this is that you no longer waste time away from family, babies, kids, things that matter, trying to figure it out. Because like I said, that's just for me, that special time is everything right now, as a mama. So he's actually our older son, Jack now. But that's my little nugget. So when everything happened so fast, I reverse engineered the process and I want to lay today's conversation on a foundation of this process. And then we're going to dial in on one specific element. So we teach this in our community now. It's called the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth, or the 4 M's. And this is what we teach to our clients in our programs. And it's all based off of when I was finally able to get unstuck from 10K months and quantum leap and hit way bigger income goals. And it took way less time and it was less work and less effort. And I was like, what in the world happened? And why was I spinning my wheels for so long? Um, this process is actually how to do it. So we call this the 4 quadrants of quantum sales growth. The first quadrant is mind over matter. Now, many of you who are here live were actually at our live event. We hosted on this a couple of weeks ago. So shout out to you if you were here. I love you. I'm so glad you're here. What this means is not what we normally think about it as. If you hear mind over matter, you may think, like push through, keep going, doesn't matter how you feel. No, I mean, literally, your mind, your belief systems impact the physical 3D matter in your world, in your reality. So this is all about belief rewiring. We do a lot of this work with our clients. Second quadrant, money. One of my favorite things to talk about. Like I said, we're not here to waste time. We are here for you to make more money and make it faster. So this is all about learning how to dial up your financial thermostat. So if you want to make 10K months or break 6 figures this year, there is a feeling to that. There is a frequency to that. There is a vibration to that. There are limiting beliefs that may need to be cleared away for that. And so this quadrant is all about doing that and helping you align energetically with the amount of money that you desire to bring in. The third quadrant is masculine and feminine energy. Now, we all have both, but this is about finding that balance, that blend between the being and the doing in your business. This is about opening up to receive, which is the feminine, while also having the right structures, processes, systems in place so that you can move your business forward, receive money, right? This isn't hustle, overwhelm, burnout, but this is about structure and support so that you can lead with your vision, which is the feminine, and then have the right systems and processes in place from a masculine energy standpoint to get you to where you want to go. And then the fourth quadrant is the method. That's your strategy. Now, if you look at, according to neuroscience, your subconscious mind, your belief systems, your self-concept is responsible for 95 to 98% of your results. So we take those first 3 quadrants and we call them the big 3. You can kind of think about these first 3 as like your subconscious mind, right? The method, the strategy, is really only responsible for about 2 to 5% of your results. And this is true. And it still matters. When you get the others down pat, it is very possible to be vibing high, to feel good, but still wonder, where are my clients? Has anyone ever been there where you're like, I'm vibing high, I'm doing the inner work, I'm feeling good, and I'd really like to figure out my ideal client messaging. And I really need to figure out what packages or services I'm offering, right? And so that's why it is so important to have a strategy that you can implement and even borrow from someone who's been there and knows what to do and can help customize it to you. So, with that, what we're going to be talking about today is the method, specifically how to crack the code to six figures and what is that focus, what matters, what doesn't matter from an action standpoint so that you can achieve your goals. So I want to ask you and do a quick poll in the group, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just look at the chat. Oh, lots of new messages coming in. Good. Um, so I want you to type a 1, 2, or a 3 in here because we attract a varied audience and I really want to see where everyone's at. I know a lot of members of this community are entrepreneurs. I know some are sales professionals, and everyone's at a slightly different place in their journey as well. So type a 1 in the chat if you're brand new to what you're doing and you haven't made any money yet off of it. And just remember, everyone you watch, you admire, would have typed a 1 at some point. So type a 1 if that's you. Type a 2 if you're already making money, but you haven't broken six figures yet, and that's one of your goals for this year. And then type a 3 if you're already past six figures and you want to learn how to apply the right method to scale to even more this year. Let's see here. Okay. Lots of, I'm seeing ones. Yeah. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1 plus plus. Okay, William, I like it. Twos. Yep. Awesome. Okay, good. 3, 3, beautiful. All right. So you all are in the right place. And this is just helpful for me to be able to customize the content to you a bit here. So perfect. So I'm going to go back into my slides and I want to talk through what actually matters, what doesn't matter when you are cracking that code and breaking six figures. I know there's a couple in here who are beyond that. That's beautiful. You can still take this and apply it. And Penny, just like you said before, you were like, I feel like there's some missing piece. I think you're going to get that missing piece today as well. So let's talk about what actually matters. What do you need to crack the code? Like you're already making, some of you are launching something brand new. Many of you have already started something, but you haven't quite broken through that six-figure income threshold yet. What do you need? Number 1, you need to have heart and you need to have a mission to serve. All right. So kind of check and take note while we're going through here of what do I have and what do I not have yet. You need to have drive and ambition. Who in here would consider themselves a driven, ambitious, high achieving? I mean, it's like everyone we work with in our community is typically raising their hand there. It's like we're driven, we're ambitious, we're high achievers. We want it all for our lives. We've often been very successful in past endeavors, or maybe we got a lot of degrees in school, or we like did all the things, checked the boxes. And then a lot of times you can kind of look around and say, I want more fulfillment for my life. I want more purpose. I want more satisfaction. I want to really give and serve with what I'm doing. So you do need that drive and ambition. What else do you need? Clarity on your services and packages. All right. So when I say that, minimum viable product, especially if you're just launching something or you're looking to scale, it does not need to be fancy. Now, as you grow and expand, you will have multiple service offerings, multiple programs. You'll probably have different target clients or ideal client avatars who would be a fit for each of those products. But especially when you're first starting, you don't need anything crazy complicated. Like streamlined. What's the minimum viable product? Again, I launched with one program. It was a 90-day group coaching program. I was like, we'll hop on some Zoom calls and I'll get on Marco Polo, which is free, and I'll talk to you. And we'll upload the calls to a Google Drive folder. It was not complex. It was simple. All right. So I think part of that comes from you owning your gifts and talents and believing who in here is a coach, consultant, service provider of some sort. So believing that your ideal clients are paying to be in your energy. This is really important. So I see a lot of times, especially with coaches, consultants, service providers, we can think we need something like super fancy before people can buy from us. And a lot of times it's almost like a way of hiding where we don't think we're good enough just for people to be in our energy and to be paid to be present With people, I'm kind of playing with that as a tagline, like get paid to be present. So now ultimately, I think we want to be paid to even not be present, and we can create evergreen products from there, which is beautiful. But typically when we're looking to scale to our first six figures, it's better to find what can we do that's higher ticket. And that can be, coaching, consulting, service providers, providing a service, et cetera. So it doesn't need to be fancy. What do you need? You want to know who your ideal client is, just like Valerie was talking about before, and what's the right messaging for them. Ideal client, what's the right messaging for them? One of the best things I ever did, and I did this even when I was first starting, was I made an ideal client requirement checklist. Because I was starting and I was like, this was even before we launched 10K Club. I was starting to attract different types of clients, but a lot of them, like, they wouldn't treat me well. They didn't pay. They showed up late to their calls. I mean, all sorts of things. And so I literally went there and made, these are my requirements for my clients who I'm going to take in to work with me. And it was things like they're coachable, they're committed, they show up on time, they do the work, they pay, they find a way to do whatever it takes to be in my energy, right? So you can borrow, for any of you who that's resonating with, borrow whatever, whatever resonates with you there and apply it towards your own ideal client requirement checklist. But even beyond that, we want to know some of the basics, right? Demographics, psychographics, getting down to having extreme clarity on who is this one person who I'm speaking to in my marketing and messaging. And again, as you expand and launch different things, you will very likely have different ideal client avatars for different programs and services. So you may have a primary ideal client, a secondary ideal client, and then what we would call a tertiary audience, a tertiary ideal client. But to start, we can really focus in on just who are those core 1 to 2 vital ideal clients that we want to speak to. What else do you need? Don't get freaked out when I say this. Expert positioning and credibility. Now, my friend AJ talks about this and I love it. To be an expert, you just need to be a little bit farther along than the person you're speaking to. So again, so often, and I see this especially with women, we hide. We're like, who am I to position myself as a leader? I don't have the credibility. I don't have the street cred, right? You do. I promise. You would not be doing what you're doing or wanting to do what you're doing if you didn't have the street cred. And that's something that I love helping women with, is looking at, or men, right? Whoever we're serving, looking at your background, your experience, what you've done, what you've studied, what you've learned, and then crafting that into your expert positioning so that you can stand confidently in helping people and drawing people in and saying, yes, I can help you. Let's go. What else do you need? You need some sort of sales strategy. Like, let's just call it what it is, right? A lot of this stuff sounds basic. But again, I've seen women getting caught up in, where am I generating leads from? What's the conversion mechanism? Do I need to do a fancy 5-day launch? Can I just like get on free calls with people? Right. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. We want to find what's aligned for you and what's going to make the most sense for you based on your audience, based on your background, based on what you're offering. You need some sort of a marketing strategy. Again, doesn't have to be fancy. Debbie, where are you? Is it okay if I share just a tiny bit of what we spoke about before, and I won't give away too much, but Debbie's in our mastermind, in our high level mastermind. And we were on a call earlier today and just talking about all the different ways that you can market yourself online as an entrepreneur, as a service provider. And it's like everyone and their brother is doing Instagram ads, everyone and their sister's doing Facebook ads and building funnels and doing this and that. Well, Debbie happens to have a really cool radio show. And we were just talking about what would it be like to streamline everything and to use your radio show, your uniqueness, the thing that feels easy and comes natural to you, where you've got an amazing group of people listening to you, to be the primary marketing strategy and stop wasting time on all the stuff that's not moving the needle. Right. So what would it be like for you if you were tapped into, hey, this is my zone of genius. This is my very clear, simple marketing strategy. I'm not having to waste time doing 800 different things every day. Because again, the tagline for today should be, no one has time for that, right? Who was the person who said, ain't nobody got time for that? Like, that should be the tagline, where we're not wasting time, but we're focusing on efficacy not effort, right? What is actually going to move the needle for you and be impactful, not just what are all the shoulds. What else do you need? You need a time and a schedule strategy to deliver the services and run your business that also aligns with your life. So I work probably 20, 25 hours a week right now, some weeks a little bit more, depending on what's going on. We run a very, very successful coaching company. I work part-time hours, taking care of my babies the rest of the time. You do not have to, I want you to really hear this. You do not have to do the traditional 9 to 5, check the box, work 18 hours a day to be successful. You do not. All right. Now, is there a little more lift a lot of times at the beginning? Yeah. Have there been some nights where I was like, yeah, I'm staying up a little later than I normally would to get something launched? Yeah. I can't think of the last time I worked full-time hours though. Probably not since I was in corporate in 2015. So let me be living proof for you. If right now you're feeling, who in here is feeling like you're burnt out, tired, spending a lot of time, energy, effort trying to move the needle? Thank you for your honesty with that. You do not have to do that to be successful. And that's the power of clarity. When you know exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, who you're speaking to, what the launch strategy is, what the marketing strategy is, you stop wasting time. So I'm really big on, what does your life need to look like? What do you want your life to look like from a holistic standpoint? How much time do you want with your kiddos and babies, if that's part of who you are? How much time do you want with your partner? How much time do you want to travel? How much time do you want to live life? And then how do we build your business strategy so that it works within your life? It is doable. It is possible. So that is something we need. Basic technology, right? Now, another place where I see people waste so much money and time is getting caught up in, I need to invest in this funnel builder, this website, this email service. Like, I even just saying it out loud, I get like, it just feels heavy without actually knowing what the strategy is that you're looking to implement. So we want to figure out first, what is your sales strategy? What is your marketing strategy? Are you launching a podcast? Are you going to leverage social media? Are you going to speak on stages? Are you going to, are you going to do live streams? Are you going to get referrals? Like, what's this? Are you doing free? Then are you doing calls with people? Are you hosting webinars like this? Are you doing something else? And then from there, we back into the technology. We back into, what are the right platforms for you? Where should you be investing time and money and energy? Again, so that you're not wasting time. Early on in my business growth journey, I had invested. It felt like a lot at the time. It was like $5,000. In the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a huge amount of money, but it felt like a lot at the time. And I had invested $5,000 into a company to build out a funnel for me. Well, they ended up just like ghosting and disappearing towards the end. And I know others have had that experience as well. But we built this really elaborate funnel together, and then they just kind of like ghosted. But it was such a good learning lesson, because I ended up not even needing what they built. I ended up making way more money when I did things scrappy and on my own and followed my heart with what I really wanted and with the strategy. And I was like, oh, it was a good learning lesson. It was a good learning lesson. That's all it is. If you've invested money in something that hasn't paid off yet, it's a good learning lesson. But let's save you as much of that as we can, so that so that the things you're investing in are actually moving the needle for you. What you don't need. What you don't need. Number one, to have things perfect. So one of my favorite things to say to my, who in here would identify as a perfectionist or recovering perfectionist? Thank you for the raised hands. Perfectionism keeps you poor. All right. It is also a convenient way of hiding. It is a convenient way of hiding. All right. So the moment you decide to drop perfectionism, and you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do it. You get out there and you actually see what's possible for you. That first 6-figure cash collected month, there were so many things that I did wrong in that month. I had no idea what I was doing, but I got out of hiding and I stopped needing it to be perfect. And I realized that everyone who I looked at who was like winning who I admired, that they were just going for it and learning as they went and making mistakes and giving themselves grace to make mistakes. So trying to keep things perfect will keep you exactly where you are. So we want to drop that. You don't need a big audience. Like I said, I had 20 people on my first webinar. You do not need a big audience. I don't care if you're starting with none, if you're starting with maybe a little bigger than I had, don't need it. You don't need complex marketing or funnels. I think we've already covered that. You do not need an expensive website or even a website at all often. Where's Corey? Hold on, I don't see you in my screen. We were talking about this the other day. Like, you can launch something very successful. You can run a business that's very successful. You do not even need a website. We did multi six figures in the 10K club before I don't even think I had a sales page for a good part of that. I want you to hear that, multi six figures without a sales page. For those of you whose eyes are like, what? Yeah, it does not need to be fancy. You do not need to have written a book, be a top thought leader. If you have, that's beautiful. And let's make that some of your expert positioning, but you do not need that. You do not need a million certifications or degrees, my friend. You don't need full-time hours available. I already talked about that. It's about focused energy. You do not need permission from someone else. You do not need permission from anyone except for you to finally do what you've been saying you want to do for so long. I want you to really hear that. You do not need to wait. You can do it right now. Remember, idea to conception, 4 weeks. Did not take long. So with that, does anyone have questions on any of that so far? I'm pulling up that hit home. How do you take payment? It all depends. Again, Corey, so let's actually talk about that in the open coaching section for you. There's so many different ways to do it. PayPal, Stripe, it can be really simple. But again, it's all about what's this, like, let the strategy guide first. And then from there, we figure out what the right technology is for you. So Connie is saying that hit home. Yeah, I'm just reading chat here. Debbie, I always make more money when I'm focused in the AM for 4 hours and then take the afternoons off. Yes, exactly. Michelle, oh my gosh, yeah, we're all cut from the same cloth. I'm so good in the mornings. And then by the afternoon, I'm kind of like, what's my name? So knowing yourself, right? And not feeling like again, you've got to work 8-10 hours a day to get to where you want to go. Unless you want to, unless you can, that's fine too, but you don't have to. So I had an experience, this was last Thursday, so about 6 days ago, and it struck me. And I was taking the day off from meetings. So I was heading out last Friday. I flew out to Lake Arrowhead. Has anyone been to Lake Arrowhead before? It's beautiful. I'm seeing some heads nodding. The drive up the mountain. So it's in California. One of my clients was having me come out to speak to his mastermind. The drive up there is like butt clenching, by the way. If you ever want to feel like, am I going to die driving on the very side of a cliff? Go to Lake Arrowhead. It's beautiful once you're there, but on the way there, you're like questioning your choice to go. So, but anyway, so I was flying out last Friday to go speak at my client's mastermind, and I had taken the day off before, just to be with my kids and get ready. And I had this really beautiful experience. So it was like Thursday afternoon. Both my kids were home. So again, we've got 2 sons. One is almost 4. The other is 1 year old. My husband was home. It was actually a really beautiful weather day. We're in Maine. It has not been beautiful weather days very often leading up to this, but it was like warm. It was sunny. We had the windows open. My husband, Jason, was outside talking to a neighbor, and our 4-year-old was outside playing in the backyard with our neighbor's little kid. We had Disney songs blaring on the TV. And I was upstairs folding laundry, getting stuff ready for my trip. And my 1-year-old Luke was playing on the train table next to me. The kids love those things. And I was just sitting there, like, just feeling this moment of being there and being present with my family. And I checked my phone, and I had a $1,500 payment come in while I was sitting there with the family. And it was this moment of, I want to help as many people as possible create whatever their own version of that moment is for them. Like for me, the sweetness, I looked around and it was like Thursday at 2 o'clock. And I thought, how many women or people right now are at work away from their kiddos, sitting behind a desk, sitting behind a cubicle, just checking the box? Or how many of them are entrepreneurs feeling like they're spinning and feeling like they can't do the things they want to do with their family, with their kids, for themselves, because they don't have clarity, right? And it was the sweetness of that moment to just take it in. I care in my life right now, it's even beyond, like, money is very important. I appreciate money. I love money. I'm grateful for money. What I'm really focused on in my life is how can I create as many rich experiences as possible? Like looking back at the end of my life, saying, I am so glad I did that. And even though that moment wasn't like we're on a cruise and we're like seeing Alaska, I know we got a lot of travel planners in here, right? Like it wasn't one of those like, I'm in Paris at the top of the Eiffel Tower moments. It was, I am so grateful that I can be at home with my babies at 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, having money come in, hearing my partner outside laughing, him pursuing his dream, and to have this life. You were at home with your family, not at work. Wondering, yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I just thought in that moment, and my heart in that moment went to moms. And it was like, I wonder how many moms are away from their babies right now, wishing that they could be with them. But again, whether you're a mama or not, just thinking about the parts of your life that matter where you're maybe you don't feel like you're able to participate in them fully right now, or you feel like you're spinning and you're spending a lot of time trying to figure stuff out on your own. When really, if you could have clarity on what your strategy was, what you're doing every day when you work, then you can compress time and space and make your own rules about how long it takes and what your schedule looks like. Um, let's see from Liz, a moment I had last fall when I was thinking every moment contains some quote of splendor. I love that. I love that so much. So I want to just invite you. I want to walk you through a guided visualization right now to connect with your own version of that. All right. So closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths, just grounding into this moment. You're going to tap into your own version of a rich life and what that would look like for you right now if you had cracked that code. So I want you to just take some deep breaths, take a deep breath in through your nose and releasing out through your mouth. Another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just coming into this moment, remembering and realizing that your desires are green lights. And whatever part of today so far has resonated with you, whether it's financial freedom, time freedom, clarity, speed of results, making your own rules about how life works for you, how business works for you, whatever has resonated with you, that the only reason it's resonating is because it's available to you and not in some distant, far off year, but now in the present moment. So taking yourself in your mind's eye to that place where you've done it. You've cracked the code. It happened. You have the clarity. You know exactly what you're doing. You're getting the results that you're looking for. And I just want you to notice who's around you in this moment. Who are the lives that are being impacted? Who is being served? How are you spending your time? What are the rich experiences that you're creating in your life? How are the other people in your life benefiting? I want you to get really crystal clear on this one. Hear their laughs, see their smiles. Maybe it's clinking of glasses or little one's laughter on a swing as you're home during the day. But how are they benefiting? Take a deep breath. Notice how you're feeling in this moment. What are the emotions coursing through your body? Notice how much freedom you feel in your day, in your body, in your life. And also now, I want you to acknowledge how proud you are of yourself, that you did it, that you went for it, that you gave yourself permission, that you took the action, that you said yes to you. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And remembering, in the words of Bob Proctor, if you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. And really hearing this, it doesn't have to take a long time. It's available now. It's available now. And all you have to do is choose. One more deep breath in and exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come into this moment. If you want to share what showed up for you when you visualized your I've cracked the code moment, feel free to type in the chat. I'd love to see. I really just want to drive home here. It does not have to take long. It really doesn't. It's a decision and it's having a clear plan. That's it. That's it. So yeah, type in the chat. I want to see what shows up. Akil, abundance, family, freedom, and performance. Ooh, good words. I love that. Connie, contentment and a calm heart. Beautiful. I love that so much. Michelle, I was in a custom built home with an amazing view with my kids. My mom and friends were all around. Beautiful. Julia envisioned my kids playing by a pond and my husband hugging me and not being stressed by money. Corey really just brings me hope that all my dreams are possible. Yes, my boys and my parents by the sea. I get emotional when I read these because the impact that happens for your family when you actually do this, like it's life changing. So many, I actually would say all of the members of our community are changing generational, like changing the lineage for their families. Everyone in our community has a story. Every one of you here live today has a story. Every one of you has overcome something big, many things big, probably. Many of the members of our community come from background of scarcity, lack thinking, old grind, hard work consciousness and doubting themselves and their dreams. And that's why they're here. And it's such an honor to support all of you in your work and in your life. Um, but when you start changing and the ripple effect it has on your kids and your family and the people around you, like that's the stuff that gets me emotional most of all. Man, there's so many good things coming in here in the chat. Karen, we were on a Disney cruise with my team. My husband was getting a speech. Oh, Karen, I don't think I knew that was a goal for your husband. Oh my gosh. Well, let's do it. I love that. Debbie, I love feeling it has happened and seeing the people in places. Yeah, I love that. Oh, Christy, I'm so glad you're here, sitting on the deck of my home with David and relaxing, retiring my mom so my parents can just enjoy each other. Oh, without financial worry, made me cry. Yeah, that's truth. Like the stuff that speaks to you, that's truth. That's it. Um, oh, it's moments of delight and discovery with my grandchildren, laughter, silliness, clinking of glasses as I shared meals with them, their parents making indelible memories. Oh, I love that so much. William, full life, work, career, spiritual calling, authentic integration with my family, friends, and tribe. Yes. Tori, financial stability, therefore less stress day to day. Yes. Corey, oh man, I think I've already spent almost half or more of the one-on-one time with my daughter. I don't want to miss it. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Man, that's like I said, that's why as I was putting this together today, I was like, what images do I want to use for this? And it was like family photos, because to me, that's a big piece of what this is about. Again, whether you're doing this for your current kids, unborn kids, future kids, grandchildren, like you stepping up and getting that clarity on what you need in your life and on how to achieve your business goals in less time, no longer spinning, no longer stuck, no longer in doubt. It really changes lives for everyone around you. So, oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna gather myself because that's like always emotional to read. Um, so with that, I've been reflecting on the needs of the community and the women who I get to serve and work with in our programs. And we've put something together that I'll share with you now that's brand new. We've never done it before. I'm really excited about it. And my goal with it is that for those of you who participate and implement what we're going to be offering, that in a few months or less, that can be your experience, that what you were just connecting with in that vision can be that experience. And my goal with this is to clear the roadblocks to that vision. And one of the biggest roadblocks can be lack of clarity, right? What is worthy of my time? What should I spend time on? What should I not spend time on? How do I package this? How do I do my sales strategy? How do I do my marketing strategy? And I wanted to create something that wouldn't take a long time either. So who here, type a one in the chat if you would love clarity fast, like today on exactly what you need to do to live out that vision. Yeah, it's like, again, no one wants to waste time. We've all got lives to live. So that's the idea. I'm seeing a lot of ones. That is the idea behind this, is how can we get you clarity fast on the things that actually matter to achieve your sales, your business, and your income goals. Um, so right now, rate yourself. I'd love to see in the chat, scale of 1 to 10. How certain do you feel on your daily strategy of what you're doing in your business? Where a 10 is like, I'm 100% clear, it's working, I'm knocking it out of the park. 1 is, if I'm being honest, I have no idea and I'm spinning, or somewhere in between. All right, let's see here. I'm seeing 5s, 1s, 3s, 7, 4, 4, 3. Okay, 3. Yep. 3. Uh-huh. Okay. Good. This means I'm like, okay, my intuition is intact because again, I normally host events about other things, but I was really feeling into like, what does the community need right now? And I felt really called to talk about strategy. Okay, 3 to 4. Karen is a 5. Got it. Awesome. Okay. So if you're not a 10 right now, I'm not going to leave you in the pain for too long, but it is important to just have some clarity on what is that costing you, right? So financially, are you throwing money at things, hoping that it works? time wise, right? For me, that's like the biggest cost. How much every day are you spending just sitting in front of the computer trying to figure it out on your own? Hoping the social media offer will resonate with people, or I'm sending out a bunch of DMs, but I'm not getting anything. I'm blasting out a bunch of emails, but I'm not getting results, right? Like I know how frustrating that can be. And that feeling of uncertainty and lack of confidence and how challenging that can be. And your heart is like, it can work, right? Or at least you hope it can work. But there's something in you that's like, I know this can work. I see other people do it. Why have I not cracked the code yet? What's missing? And I don't want people to sit there wasting time anymore, just spinning. Again, everything you do, you are trading your life for. So you want to make sure that the things that you're investing time in are things that are worthy of trading your life for, and that they are worthy of you. Not are you worthy of them? Are they worthy of you? All right. So, like I've said before, so often we hold ourselves back from making the money that we want because we think it has to be complex, because we think it has to be hard, because we think it has to take a long time, and it doesn't. And so that is why we have launched a brand new program, a 1-day strategy intensive that we're going to be offering in a couple of weeks here, called 100K in a day. Super excited for it. It is a live 1-day strategy session where we are going to get you completely clear on the method that you need to use to achieve your income goals this year and beyond. So everything you just connected with in that vision, what is the strategy that's going to get you there? Now, I put this together based on having coached and mentored and trained literally thousands of sales professionals and entrepreneurs now over virtually every industry you can imagine. B2B, B2C, direct sales, finance, insurance, real estate, mortgage, tech, AI, coaches, consultants, travel, service providers. I've been privileged and honored to work with celebrity clients, some very successful 8 and 9 figure CEOs, top 10 podcasters in the world, New York Times bestselling authors, top sales reps of Fortune 100 companies. And even beyond that, and really where I love the work I get to do is way earlier stage entrepreneurs, um, service providers launching businesses and brands where they want to be successful. They want to make money quickly so that they can support their families, their vision, their dreams, and create that rich life. And like I said before, there's so many things in this world that I am not good at. Like that just I'm not good at. And I'm totally okay with that. But my superpower and what I love doing is being able to help you see what matters, what doesn't, honing in on your magic, your competitive advantage, and knowing where do you want to spend time, what don't you want to spend time on right now, and how do you make money quickly? How do you make money quickly? I want to help you cut through the fluff, bend time and space, and have a very clear roadmap so that you can implement and execute things quickly. All right. Who in here would love that? Like, let's get it done, right? Let's not waste any more time. Let's get it done. So I'm going to show you what we're doing and what's included, and then how you can get involved if you would like to join us. So let me share my screen here. Again, stay on after, like whether you're going to do the program or not, stay on through the end because we've got something special just for those of you who are here live. And then we're also going to have time for live coaching after I talk through this. So anything that you have questions on from today, whether it's like about the program or something unrelated, but it's about your strategy, I'm here for it. So here is, I'm so excited about this. 100K in a day. It's a live workshop. It's Friday, May 17th from 10 to 4 Eastern. It will be recorded. So if you are not able to join live, you will still get the whole shebang if you can't join live. I made it a little later in the morning for my West Coast friends. I figured we'd have you all not wake up at the crack of dawn. I know some of you here are in Europe, so it's like you may be able to catch part of it and then catch the replay afterwards. But I tried to get it as sweet of a time spot as possible for most people. And there will be a full recording that you will actually have lifetime access to if you can't stay live for the full thing. So It's elisearcher.com/100K in a day. Again, it's about family for me. It's about how do we give you everything you need to create your successful business while having time for your family, and for everything that matters for you. So I'm going to scroll through parts of this because we're going to pop the link in the chat shortly. Not yet, Caleb, but in a little bit, I'll tell you when. But I want to walk you through what you're going to be getting clarity on and what we're going to be doing. So this is again, full day strategy intensive. We're going to start off with starting off on the foundation of the inner work. So you identifying with who you are as a six or multi-six-figure CEO. So thinking mindset piece, beliefs, habits, abundance, money, energy. We're going to be infusing the whole day with that. Like I can't lead a session and not infuse money, wealth consciousness, mindset rewiring. So just know that's going to be happening through the whole thing. But we're going to start off on that foundation. Then we're going to be mapping out your next level services and your package design. So this is, some of you are launching from scratch. Yes, I think I saw some ones in the chat earlier raising hand. Yeah. So if you're launching from scratch, beautiful. We're going to be mapping out your services and your package design. Maybe you already have something in place, but we're going to look at it and tighten it up for you to make sure that it's as impactful as possible. And what do we need to do from a positioning standpoint on your packages so your ideal clients are like, yes, how in the world can I hire her, hire him, work with them, right? And so a lot of times just what holds us back is not knowing like, is this really the right package to sell? Is this really the right offer? So I want to get you total clarity so that you can sell with confidence and have something that's an easy yes for your clients, but that also helps you achieve your income goals really quickly, right? So it's that sweet spot between what's really of service to your clients, but then also what feels good to you. Ideal client identification and messaging. So we're going to get completely clear on who is the ideal client for you. We're going to get it all the way down to writing out your avatar, your core ideal client. So what's their name? Where do they live? What's their income level? What are their pain points? What's their family like? What industry are they in? So that when you speak or do a webinar or do a live stream or launch a program or sell anything, you know exactly who you're speaking to, and you can speak to their exact pain points, their exact challenges. If you have multiple potential ideal clients, like maybe you're selling to individuals and to corporate, we'll map those out too so that you feel like you've got clarity on both sides. Okay. Now, your expert positioning and credibility. I love doing this. This is one of my favorite parts of working with clients because oftentimes you do not see how amazing you are, but I do. Okay. So we're going to help you position yourself as the true expert, leader, service provider, CEO who you are of your company so that you can go out and pitch yourself with confidence, whether it's for podcasts, media opportunities, speaking on big stages, landing ideal clients, what goes on your bio on Instagram or LinkedIn, for your website, right? So your expert positioning and credibility. And then we're going to get into sales strategy as if that wasn't already enough. So sales strategy time, we're going to be talking about things like, okay, if you need to launch something new, what does the launch strategy look like? If you already have something in place, what is the growth strategy for you to get to where you want to go? So we'll look at like what's working, what's not, what's again, the theme. How can we cut the fluff so that you're not wasting time and you're getting more of what you want out of this? We're going to talk top of funnel. So what's your lead generation plan? Where are your people? We're going to talk middle of funnel. So what's your lead conversion plan? Again, minimum viable product for most of you. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be complicated, but you're going to get clarity on what is my strategy? Does it make more sense to focus on inviting people to one-to-one calls? That can be great. Does it make sense to do webinars like what we're doing right here? If so, are they a couple hours? Is it a one-day event? Is it a multi-day event? Again, I've done it every different way. I've taught every different way. I've sold every different way. It's about alignment, but because of how much I've done it, I can help you customize for you what's going to get you the greatest lift in the least amount of time. Is it in-person events? Is it a simple online funnel? We're going to map it out so that you have clarity on your sales strategy to achieve your goals every single month. Marketing strategy, right? Where are your people? How are you going to get in front of them? What's the right messaging? What social platforms make sense versus don't make sense for you? Again, I just see so many people spinning, thinking they have to be all things for all people. Messaging is diluted. They're not getting traction. So I want you to just think about right now, what if you had complete clarity in your marketing strategy and your efforts were focused on a few core things that were driving consistent clients, opportunities, and money for you? How would that feel? What would that be like? So you're going to be clear on all of that. I'm actually going to show you how we run our marketing calendar internally. I used to be like hot mess express with marketing. I got to give a huge shout out to Kayla because she's helped us get so dialed in with this. We have a very strategic marketing calendar right now, and I'll show you the back end of how we do all of it so that you can incorporate what works for you into yours, because everything is intentionally done around what we're selling at the time, right? And of course, giving value and audience growth. But again, at the end of the day, I care about revenue and I care about that for you. So how do we get you really dialed in on that strategy? Time and schedule strategy. Again, how many hours do you have available per day to work? And based on that, how are we going to get you the biggest bang for your buck? So, what really makes sense to focus on, what doesn't, you'll actually walk away with here's my strategy. So, here's what I'm doing every day. Here's what I'm doing every week. Here's what I'm doing every month so that you can stay focused and on track with things and do it in the amount of time you have available. We are going to be creating a really comprehensive workbook for you to go along with this. So, guided prompts, exercises. I'm going to be walking you through all of it live and coaching you through it live on the training. You'll also have lifetime access to that. So, lifetime access to the training, full custom workbook to go through everything. And again, it's live coaching and strategy customized to you. So, this isn't a like on demand course where you got to go figure it out on your own. I'm going to be there guiding you through the exercises, working with you live to help you get it dialed in. Okay. So the goal of this and what we're doing is getting you complete clarity, have you stop wasting time figuring it out on your own, and just leveraging my background and experience to help you get there. Again, I have worked and mentored and coached and trained literally thousands of sales professionals and entrepreneurs today, to this date. And I have worked with virtually every strategy you can imagine. And like I said, there's so many ways you can do it. I want to help you find the right one for you. And it was so beautiful. I mentioned my trip to Lake Arrowhead last week. I was out there with a client of mine who I helped him launch his coaching business a couple of years ago. He's 2 years in, making 2 million bucks in his coaching business, time with his family, time with his kids. The house we were at was a lake house he just bought out on Lake Arrowhead. Like every celebrity name you can imagine out there, like has a home. It was crazy. We did a boat tour and we were just seeing like celebrity home after celebrity home. But what I so appreciate about his heart is for him, it is about his family as well. And he was like, I build my business so that I can have the time to be with for him. It's like he takes lunch with his wife every day. He wants to be there with her. He changes lives within his program and his community. And the whole thing it's like he's doing incredibly well financially. He had a clear strategy. We worked together on executing that. And now to see the life in a very short amount of time that he's been able to create for himself and for his kids, his two young boys and his family, that's what we're doing here. I want to give you that level of clarity so that you're not wasting time. And so you're able to build whatever your own version of that rich life looks like for you. And so my heart with this is really like, you could spend all this time trying to figure it out on your own. And you can, and you 100% can leave here and try to do all this on your own. That's 100% an option. I would just think about how much time and money is wasted every month you're not hitting your goals, right? So every month, let's say the goal is 10K months, because a lot of you have said that here. So every month you're not hitting that 10K month, what are you losing? Is it 5K a month? Is it 2K a month that you're losing? I mean, even if it just took you 6 months on your own to figure this out instead of the one day we're doing it in, and you're already making 8K a month, that's still, what is that? 6 months times 2,000 bucks a month over 6 months, that's 12 grand that you're not bringing in for you and your family over the course of the next 6 months if you just had clarity on these things, right? And if it took even longer, not like a year, and still the gap was only 2,000 bucks a month, that's 24 grand that you're missing out on, that you could do things like invest in a beautiful home for yourself and your family, pay off the cars, do what you want to do, pay off the credit cards, right? Whatever that goal is. So with this program, like I said, my heart is clarity fast, and to do it in a way where it's an easy yes for those of you that this is resonating with as well. So again, it's a full day together, May 17th. Just for perspective, a private full day intensive with me is $15,000. Um, we are offering this in a different way because we're doing it in a group setting. We're offering it at significant savings. It's also a brand new program. So you're kind of getting to take advantage of that too. So let me pull up and show you what the investment is on this. So, okay. So tickets for this full day strategy intensive, $14.97. Okay. It is a steal of a deal, in my opinion, to get that level of clarity, be able to go out and execute. Now, to make it even better, again, my heart with this is like, I want to have fun with this. I want to give you clarity. I want you to leave with complete strategy fast. I want to make it an easy yes for those of you that this is resonating with. So we are doing an early bird special through the end of April. So through the end of this month, you can get your spot at the intensive for $9.97. Again, like I don't launch low ticket stuff like this very often, but this was just my heart with this to do this because I felt there was such a need in the community. And to make it the most fun ever for those of you who are here live, the first 5 live on this call to get their ticket, it's $7.97. Okay. First 5 live on this call. Now, whether 5 buy it live on this call or not, at the end of this call, it goes up to $9.97. So I just wanted to make it fun. I wanted to make it easy for those of you where it's like, this is a hell yes, I want to participate. We want to reward you. We want to make it really accessible for people. So it's elisearcher.com/100K in a day. Kayla is monitoring on the back end for when we've hit those first 5 to swap over the prices. But we just, again, I do not do things this low normally, but I just really wanted to put something together where it's like, you can come in, you can have a full day of coaching and immersion and me pouring into you and getting you that clarity. So you leave with that full custom strategy for you breaking 10K plus every month, and that you're not spinning or stuck anymore. So elisearcher.com/100K in a day, Kayla, if we can pop that in the chat again through the first 5 today, live on this call, $7.97. Then the price goes up to $9.97. You'll get that early bird through the end of April. And then after that, it's $14.97 a ticket. So I say all of that to say, if this is resonating, we want to support you. We want to have you involved. Let's see here, Akil, this is a virtual event. Great question. So we wanted to make it accessible. It's virtual. So you can come in from anywhere. If you cannot, again, if you can't be there live for the full thing, you're going to get lifetime access to the recording. So by you be like, I want you to be there. I think it's a good idea to be there. I want to be able to work with you live so you can be there. But I also understand schedules. Sometimes it doesn't work. You may be able to be on for part of it, not all of it. You'll have lifetime access to the recording, which is great because then too, let's say down the road, you want to launch something else and you're like, I want to go back and kind of go through that building process of exactly what is my strategy for this. You can apply this again and again and again for anything new that you're building. Carissa, more or less, what's the breakdown of the agenda? Great question. So let me go back to the page for you so you can see. Let me X out of here. So when you enroll, you're going to get an intake. So we're going to be sending out an intake to everyone ahead of time. So I'm going to be studying exactly where everyone is. Hold on, let me pull up the screen again. I'm going to be studying exactly where everyone is ahead of time. So just know the agenda is always customized to the people who are there live. But the general flow is going to be what's on the page. So if you go to elisearcher.com/100K in a day, let me pull that back up. Boom, boom, get over here. Okay, can you all see my screen okay? So here is, here's the flow of the day. So starting off with that foundation of who you are as the person doing this. So we're going to clear limiting beliefs. We're going to do the mindset piece. We're going to tap into the energy, the vibration, the beingness of you as a 6 or multi-6-figure CEO. Then from there, we're going to go into tightening up your service offerings, package design. We're going to move into ideal client identification and messaging. We're going to talk about you as the expert in front of your clients. What's your positioning? Then we're going to move into sales and marketing strategy. And again, just for like, the reason I can do this in such a short amount of time is I've done it so long for so many other clients where I know what matters, I know what doesn't. I can see you really quickly and see what your superpowers are, what your strengths are, what your zone of genius is. That's also part of filling out the intake ahead of time. So I'm going to come in with ideas for everyone there, a sense of what's going to move the needle for you, what we should focus on, what we should stop doing. But then, of course, we're going to be curating that and customizing that for you throughout the time. So that's why we can kind of compress time and space with this. I've worked with clients where it's like, it's literally taken a year to figure out these things. I'm not saying you're not going to leave and be like, oh, here's another idea. Here's another idea. Here's more clarity afterwards. But I want you to be able to leave this with, here's my full blueprint for achieving my goals, right? So we're hitting it's like all the things that matter and nothing that doesn't in this day. Marketing strategy, time and schedule. And then what we're going to do at the end is have time for other types of questions. So some of you in here, and some of you are actively building team. That's not built into this agenda because for most people, hitting those first 10K months or your first six figures, like you don't need a really big, robust team for that. Some of you are in different places. So if you're like, hey, I want to talk team building, I want to talk this or that, we're going to have time carved out towards the end for anything we didn't cover that you want to talk about. But I think for what most people need to get there, it's going to be covered in this time. Does that help answer the question? Let's see here. Good. Oh, good. Yay. I'm so glad, Shannon. Yes, I know. Like literally, I was making this in my mind and I was thinking about so many of you who are here live. And it's like, how can I help serve? How can we give you exactly what you need in a short amount of time and make it easy for you? So beautiful. Oh, good. Okay. Yay. So Corey, congratulations. Shannon's congratulations. Yay. Julia, payment isn't working. Kayla, can you get with Julia to help her with that, please? Julia, Kayla will get with you. She'll DM you. You're probably already doing it because you're so on top of things. And she'll help you with whatever's needed. So, okay. So if anyone else has questions on this particular program, type it in the chat. One thing I'll say too is if you're not, I think most people on here are entrepreneurs, I believe. But even if you're not, man, I think you could take this and apply it as a sales professional and have tremendous growth. Like not everything we talk about is going to be applicable for sales professionals, but I would say probably 80%, 80 to 90% of it, you could apply it. And you just think about like honing in on your messaging, dialing in your sales strategy, honing in on your schedule. You can apply this and have tremendous results, even if you're not running your own business. Also, it's not, I'm just kind of going through what I think might be some of the common questions. All are welcome. Of course, our messaging, like if you've been in the community, our messaging is she sells. It's a lot geared for women. All are welcome here, regardless of gender. So you want to come take part in this, be part of this day. We want you to be part of it. We want to help you. And then also, if your goal isn't 100K, maybe your goal is something else, then you can still take this and apply. Again, that's the point of the intake. Oh, yeah, Shannon, absolutely. We're so happy to have you. That's the point of the intake is for me to be able to customize the strategy section for you. Let's see here. Torald, is this something you'll be offering again? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. We're going to do this first one and we're going to see. It looks like it's resonating with people, which is beautiful. Oh, Michelle, good. Yeah, I was thinking about you too with this, that this would be something. Your payment isn't working either. Okay, Jill, thank you for letting us know. Kayla, are you like air traffic control over there helping people with payment? You're on it? Okay. Thanks, Kayla. Like I said, Kayla helps make everything work over here. All right. All right, Kayla's helping all of you out. Let's do some live coaching while Kayla's figuring out the payment piece for those. It's so weird. I wonder what's going on. Kayla makes everything work. But for some of you, it did work. Yeah, we had it work. Okay. Kayla's figuring out all the things. Thank you. So let's open up for live coaching. And who has questions? Again, it can be on the program. It can be on something related to you breaking 100K this year, but I want to use, we've got 30 minutes left. I want to use this time for you. So who has a coaching question? You can raise your hand and let's do it. Torald, yeah, go ahead.
Thanks, Elise.
Yeah,
I've got a talk coming up tomorrow, motivational speak for 30 women. And I was just wondering a little bit about the call to action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, is it best to have just a one thing, inviting in for a discovery call, or would you actually announce a program?
Oh, okay, yes. Now this is not your direct audience, right? This is you speaking in front of another audience. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's somebody else inviting you in and you're like, this is the event, right? Where you're speaking and there's a conference organizer or a meeting organizer. Is
Well,
that
this is
right?
a group of 30 women talking
Okay.
about life transitions and sort of work-life balance.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You keep moving around. People keep raising hands and lowering hands. So you keep moving around on my screen. So if you see me looking around for you, I just found you again. Okay. So just to triple confirm, it's someone else's audience, but they've brought you in to speak about work-life transition and balance. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. I would offer a freebie. So I would do some sort of a freebie. Have you spoken with the event organizer just to clarify what their expectations are in terms of what you're offering at the
Yes.
end?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Okay. And what are they okay with? What did they say?
They're fine. They're quite flexible. So
Okay.
they have just said that there will be probably women in that audience who would be open for coaching. And
Okay.
so, yeah.
Awesome. I mean, to keep it easy, do you have a lead magnet as well as the offer of a free call, or is it really more a free call right now for the conversion?
It's a free call, really, a discovery.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. I was going to say if you have both, you might like plug the lead magnet or the freebie towards the beginning and then offer the free call at the end. Don't worry about the lead magnet or the freebie. Doesn't like, I care much more about you offering a free call. So offer a call at the end. It's basically like you're kind of doing a webinar anyway throughout the course of that training. So at the end, they're already warmed up. So offer the free call, give them your calendar, and let's get you filled up with some sales calls.
Actually, Elise, I misunderstood lead magnet. I've
Oh,
just
that's okay.
literally just finished a booklet to give away for when people
Oh,
sign up to my email, and it's a self-awareness kind of booklet.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So do both. How long is the talk?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay. So I would offer the ebook maybe 5-ish minutes in. So make it work with the flow of the talk. But I would offer that towards the beginning just so you can start collecting emails. And that way, whether or not someone's ready to sign up for a call, you'll get emails so you can start lead nurturing. So make it some sort of a transition into your teaching where it's like, you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to talk about your background. You're going to tee up what you're talking about today. There's much more to this than what we have time for today, obviously. So I've actually put together a free gift for everyone here. It's an ebook on blah, blah, blah. Here's where you can go to get it. And then you move into your talk. And then at the end, for those of you who want to go deeper, here's how you book a compliment. Here's how you book a free call with me. So do both. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let us know in the 10K group how it goes. I'm excited for you.
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Corey, go ahead.
So I'm thinking about doing a webinar on limiting beliefs and the importance of self-care for moms. And
Hmm.
I wasn't sure if it should be paid, if it should be free. And then
Yeah.
at the end of that, what the call to action should be, because I don't have a lead magnet. I don't have
Yeah.
any of
Yeah.
that.
Okay. You're doing this, right? Did I see that you signed up for this? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get you a lot of clarity really fast. You were one of the ones that I was thinking about when I designed this. So yay, I'm glad it resonated. But so here's what I would say. So the call to action is a free call is always great, right? So I think a free call is so, and I always tell people do that. Like if you do not need a fancy sales page, you do not need bells and whistles, like tell people how to book a free call with you at the end. When is the webinar?
Well, I mean, in the last 5 minutes, I've had this download. So it's not scheduled yet.
It's next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think next week, but
Okay. So in terms of paid or unpaid, I have done it both ways. And I really think it's about you tuning into what feels best for you right now. If it is paid, I do it under $100. Okay. What you'll find is fewer people will sign up on the front end, but they'll convert higher on the back end. You'll convert more of them. That's like with that first one, when I said, I think I signed 20, they all paid $85. So it was like, I definitely prospected more people to be there, but 12 out of 20 bought. So they're already buyers by the time they come on. So that's really nice. You'll have more people sign up on the front end if it's free, but you'll have to do more to get them there and keep them there. But you will have more sign up. So there's I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think it's like what feels good for this one and run with that. And then know that you can switch it up for the next one. Like we do, you've kind of seen how we do stuff almost monthly, and sometimes it's paid, sometimes it's free. It really is like, what am I feeling? What do I feel like people need? What feels good to me? And that's how we put it together. So I would say what feels good to you is what I would focus on.
I'm trying to figure out how to bring money in, about the how, and also align with what feels good, because I can see both, but like right now, having just launched it, I'm not making any money with this. I mean, I'm still working my other job, but so that was just my thought. I just wasn't sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would play with what feels more expansive to you. And do you want to make it like elite, invite only? The other thing I did when I made mine paid was I made it a money back guarantee. So it's like, if you come and you don't feel like you got the value you were looking for from this, no worries, money back guarantee. Like,
Okay.
I don't usually do that with stuff, but for me, like especially when I was first launching, and it was just like an easier yes for people. So I think if you want to play with that and get like a little cash injection going with money, that can be fun. And then it's just like, it's voice notes, it's DMs, and I'll work with, since you're signed up for this, I'll work with you on like the exact strategy and how to rinse and repeat that too after this. But it's like super personal voice notes, DMs. I can work with you on the messaging of all of that too. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Kayla, are we helping people who are having payment issues getting through?
Yeah, it's working through like PayPal, but we're figuring everything else out.
Everyone's getting it. Okay. So I just want to make sure that anyone who's trying to register and take advantage of the pricing right now while we're live is getting it. So, okay. My entrepreneur heart was like, oh, make sure it works. Okay. Beautiful. So, coaching, raise your hand, get in line for questions. Again, what we're doing today, I think everyone has been here since towards the beginning, but if you just hopped on elisearcher.com/100K in a day, we're hosting a live strategy session, virtual strategy session, May 17th, to map out your full marketing, sales, messaging, product, service strategy to hit 6 figures and beyond this year. It's a 1-day virtual intensive. Tickets are $14.97. For those of you who are here live right now, who are enrolling before 2:30 Eastern, we're doing it for $7.97, and that goes away after this. So we're having fun with it. I want to make it an easy yes for those of you that this is resonating with. Who else has a question? Akil, yeah, please.
Hey, Elise, I'm looking at the second option here for the $9.97 early bird through 4:30. Will that still be available?
That will still be available. After this call ends, it will turn into $9.97 on the sales page.
Okay.
So it's $7.97 right now for the next 20 minutes. I feel like I'm on QVC. We just wanted to like give people something to make it easy for them. Right now, for the next 20 minutes, it is $7.97. After that, it goes to $9.97. So for anyone watching the replay, join me live next time. But you're still, even at the early bird, it's like you're still getting a great deal for it. I would just encourage you, if it's a yes and you're like, I know it's a yes, get it at $7.97. Like, take advantage of being here live. That's what I would say. But yes, it will be $9.97 until April 30th. So Carissa, so good to see your beautiful face. How are you?
Hi, sorry, I was in the kitchen with my kids finishing lunch. That's why I didn't have
Oh, good. I know the mom life, and I know you've got lots of beautiful kiddos. So all good. So good to see you.
So great to see you. Okay, here's my
Yes.
coaching question. So I am launching, I haven't done a high ticket in 2 years, and I'm
Okay.
just literally launching a high ticket. It's $4,500 for me. It's high
Yeah.
ticket.
Sure.
So I DM'd, I was on a trip. I DM'd few people. They said, I'm interested. I sent them the information 2 days ago. I flew back and they know that I'm traveling. I
Yeah.
need to get on a call with them. They're like, yeah, I want to get on a call with you. That's supposed to be easy yeses, and I need to DM more people,
Okay.
but my energy is stuck.
Okay.
I flew in Monday. Today is Wednesday. I have not reached out to anybody. Like I
Okay.
had no excuses. I was flying on Monday,
I get
but
it.
I
Mhm.
am like completely stuck. I know many of them will say yes, and I want to do this. I'm like, I didn't have the cash right now, but I'll pay before the end of the month.
Okay.
But
Yep.
I'm just stuck, and I know that you can help me.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a sense of what the stuckness is about?
I have done some work, and for some reason, I am afraid that they will say no.
Okay.
Every single time that I've offered something, 100% of the time, I have buyers.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
always get buyers, right?
Mhm.
Every time that I'm gonna offer, I'm afraid that they will say no.
Okay.
So I can't get around this.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
I'm stuck. I'm like, I don't want them to say no,
Okay.
right?
Yep. And what are you making it mean about you if they say no?
Half of it is financial. I really need the money. So it's like,
Okay.
and I know source,
Mhm.
but I know it's on me. So
Mhm.
half of it is like, I need the money. Like, I need you to say yes. And yes,
Okay.
the other half is like, I love helping people. The
Yep.
client's transformation that they get with me, I know is off the roof because I
Mhm.
do things with value. I do things with alignment. But so the other half, I would say it's more um I'm not good at selling. Like I
Okay.
can, once you pay me, your life has changed, but
Yep.
I'm not good at getting you to pay, like convincing you. You're paying other stuff, you're
Okay.
paying other coaches, but I'm not doing
Mhm.
that job, the selling part.
Okay. Okay. Um, so a couple of things. Let's talk about your relationship with what you're offering.
Mhm.
Do you believe that the things that flow through you because you're a channel that they're meant to come through?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
do. Yes.
Okay. And you believe, use your language, source, God, spirit, universe gives you the inspiration and the ideas because you're meant to bring it forth into this world.
Yes.
Yeah. One of them, some of the women who are in here, who are in 10K Club or 50K Club, have heard me talk about this before. One of the most powerful shifts that I made was my stuff is not mine. I'm a channel that it flows through. It is not Elise. It is source, God, universe wanting to bring this forth, and I get to be an open channel. So like today, before we went live, my prayer, my intention was, let me be a great ambassador of this program, because I know that this was a divine download and that it's of service to people. So let me not, like, it's not at all about Elise. It's let me be a great ambassador for this program because I'm the ambassador right now. Right. And it's not about me. It's about the program and it's about the people.
Mhm.
So clearing some of that energy. I also think for you on the money front, if you haven't done 40-day prosperity plan, go do it. Have you done that one before?
From the book?
Yeah, the abundant. Yeah, it's 40-day prosperity plan, John Randolph Price.
Yeah, I started it. I've started it 3 times.
Oh, well, okay. Well, this is the universe telling you, go
Yes.
finish.
Yes.
I got a very strong download while we were talking.
Wow. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So go do that just to clear. So when we're in the energy of I need the money, of course that feels uncomfortable. And then it's like we put so much pressure on that sale. Here's how
Yeah.
I know you don't need the money. You're here.
Yeah.
You don't have the money right now and you're okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe not exactly where you want to be, but
Yeah.
you're okay. So we want to disassociate our relationship with money from clients and really tune into money comes from source, and clients are a channel, and there's all sorts of channels that money can come to me through, and I'm super available and open. And whether it's like I went into this opportunity today with like, I'm excited. I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's going to be of service. But I also went into it like, if no one buys it, okay. Like it came through me. It's an inspiration. I'm trusting it. I'm sharing it. I want to be a good ambassador. If no one buys it, then there's something else. Right. And that's how I've learned, but that's taken practice. So I understand, like I've absolutely been there. But I think from a money energetics, again, universe is saying 40-day prosperity plan, go do that. And then it's like number one, worst case scenario, they don't buy, they already haven't bought. So you're okay. Right. So like take the pressure off. Best case scenario, they do buy. And you've got $9,000 in the bank that you didn't have before because you just sold two $4,500 programs and their lives are changed.
Yeah.
Like, let's lean into that energy. Wouldn't it be fun by the end of the day today, you could have $9,000 more in the bank.
Yeah.
So go for it. See, follow the nudges. If it's either that or something better. Does that help?
A lot, a ton.
Okay.
And
Good.
can't wait to
Okay.
with you.
Good. Yeah, me too. All right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Yay. Okay, absolutely. My pleasure. Oh, yay. Okay, beautiful. We've got Julia in, we've got Jill in, we've got Michelle. Kayla, thank you for working your magic back in there. Welcome. We're so glad to have you all. So that is the first 5. Here's what I want to do. So we've got 5 in. Let's extend through the end of the call that you can get the 797. So I feel like there's like payment stuff and weird stuff happening. So let's extend through 15 more minutes. If you want to come in and join us, it'll be the 797 price point. After that, 997. So Kayla, if you can just like change it on the back, to change it on the back end as soon as it's done. Congratulations. Welcome. We're so excited. Okay. Who else has a coaching question? Jodine, so good to see you.
Hey, oh
Hi,
my gosh.
beautiful.
This has been like so good as always. I just love you.
I love you
So
too.
kind of what Carissa was saying, as you kind of know a little bit about my history that I've
Yeah.
partnered with other companies, but this is my
Yeah.
first time launching a program where it's my own.
Yes.
And that's been what's really like, if you could speak maybe even a little bit more to that's what's held me back, that I feel all of a sudden like this big responsibility.
Yeah.
Like it's selling myself.
Yeah.
Whereas before I could kind of hide behind a program. And when this is my program, my message, my experience all wrapped up into something, there's something about that just paralyzes me.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. And when I first launched 10K, I was so super attached to it personally. And it honestly took probably a couple of years to get to the point where I am now, where it's like, when I launch something, it doesn't feel personal. Like I feel like a channel for it. But I think if I could have started thinking that way earlier, I would have saved myself the turmoil of getting so wrapped up just with my own identity in it. So, let me think about how I want to. So again, I would go first to, do you believe and know in your heart that this is coming through you because you are meant to be a channel for it and an ambassador for it?
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yes.
do you know that and believe that?
I know that God is, all that I've been through is not for nothing. I know that. I know that there are people out there who are hurting, who are feeling like they're so confused and lost in their identity, and they're hustling and grinding and trying to find worth and value. I know that God is going to use my story to help other people.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes. So you were chosen to do
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were chosen to do this, would you not also be very supported in bringing it to fruition and bringing it out into the world and get to be blessed through doing it?
Yes.
Why? Why are you going to be so supported as you do it and bring it out into the world?
Because it's not even about me, because I'm the messenger, and it's about serving and helping other people.
Yes. Yes. So I want you to remember that. And then we're not going to bypass the fears that show up. We're not going to pretend like they're not there. We're going to write them down, right? What am I afraid of with this? What am I making it mean about me that if I do this, such and such is going to happen, or such and such scary thing is going to what, and really it comes down to, what am I making it mean about me? And it's always about some inner work you get to do. It's probably inner child. And I've gotten to do that work. Like, there have been things that have happened since I launched my company where I'm like, man, that sucked. Man, that was a mirror. And it was all something that needed to be cleared out of me. And I am okay. And I was supported through it. And they were actually the biggest blessings of my life, because the woman I became in the process is so much stronger, so much more confident, so fewer F's given about what anyone thinks about her. And so it's like we get to be available for, yeah, there's going to be some stuff, but there would be stuff that happened whether you launched it or not. And the stuff that would happen if you didn't launch would suck a lot more, because you'd be living with regret and sadness and what if, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's, I was talking about this weekend at the mastermind I was speaking at, but what really changed a lot for me was reading Bronnie Ware's Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, and reading that the number one regret people had on their deathbed was, I wish I had had the courage to live a life true to me rather than what everyone else expected of me. And I read that when our first son was 4 months old, and I'd been like holding back on doing stuff. And I'd been holding back on putting myself out there, and I'd been hiding behind other people. And a good friend of mine at the time had passed away a little bit before, at age 39, in his sleep, left behind 5 kids. And I was like, I don't know how much time I have left. I think I have a lot of time, but I don't know. And I just realized that if I went at that moment and I hadn't gone for it, and I hadn't put out what was on my heart, and I hadn't at least tried, that I would have lived a life that was for everyone else but me. I didn't want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. That's so good. It's what I was telling my husband last night. I think this will hopefully help other people or be relevant. People can maybe resonate, but it's that confidence versus self-worth thing, that before my confidence was built in my successes and achievements and what other people said about me. And now that I've kind of pulled back those layers, it's like I've lost confidence. So I'm having to really rebuild my worth, my self-worth, and where my value really comes from. So that's just, it feels very naked and exposing to, like, I can't hide behind my accomplishments right now.
But and your confidence before was in things that are transitory, temporary. And this has been so much of my journey the past 3 years too. So that's why I want to like mirror this back. You are being invited to have bedrock confidence in who you are outside of any of that. It's because of just who you are, your beingness, and no one can question that. No one can argue with that. It just is. And so you get to really be in that energy here. And for you and Carissa and anyone else who is doing their own thing and feeling uncomfortable or feeling nervous about putting yourself out there, you just connect with being a channel for it, and let source energy flow through you, let the program flow through you, let the inspiration flow through you, be an ambassador of it. But remember, it's not you. It's a co-creation, and you're just available to serve with it. That's it. And you will be supported. One of the best beliefs I ever created for myself that has been so impactful is like, I am always supported no matter what. Whether a launch goes great and is more than I thought, or whether I do something that I think is going to be great and nothing happens, I am always supported. I always have the money for what I need. I always have opportunities. I always am taken care of. There's always a way. Like, I'm always supported no matter what. Just again, untying, disentangling that relationship where we make client source. We make client source or money source. We don't do that. Yeah, you are taken care of and protected and provided for all the time, no matter what. And then you're an open channel for this to flow through, and it will be a lot easier. Yeah. Yeah. So
Thank you.
good. You're
Amazing.
welcome. A bird just flew right by my window while I was saying that. That's like angel messenger, spirit messenger. Anyone else have a coaching question? We've got about 5 minutes. These are great questions. I love all of your hearts and where you're at. And again, congrats to everyone who's joining us. If you're here live and you want to take advantage of the special price that we got just for those of you live, we got about 5 minutes left. And message again, Kayla, sorry, but message Kayla if you run into any issues with the payment piece. Otherwise, if you're watching the replay, you'll get in at our early bird pricing of $997. We're so excited to have all of you joining us and taking advantage of this time. And I can't wait to serve and support each and every one of you who are going to be joining live to really go deep and give you that just clarity fast in exactly what the actions, the strategic part need to be for your business. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Jodine, absolutely. It's my pleasure. Like I said, it was an inspiration a little while ago and I was like, whew, okay, we're doing this. Let's go. People need this. So it's such an honor. Again, we normally do things that are like way higher ticket, longer term programs. And I just wanted to have let's get it done for all of you that this is resonating with. Any other questions on the program, on the strategy day? Coaching question. We got like 4 minutes left. If anyone's been sitting, there are no bad questions, by the way, and your question is going to benefit somebody else. Julia, I feel like you have a question. Can I have you? And if you don't, I know I'll be working with you on the strategy day, which is great, but I don't know. I'm reading your energy and I feel like you have a question or something to share, maybe.
Okay, well, no,
I'm on the spot.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy to be here. So, I mean, things in my head, like I went ahead and I purchased the ticket, which I'm very excited about. But there's a piece in me that's like, is this going to be mostly for coaches, and is it going to be able to really connect with my home art business where I'm doing corporate events and in-person events, and so that's what I'm like that's what was happening in my head. So you felt that? You must have felt that.
We're connected on Instagram, right? We were DMing the other day. You came in from Entrepreneurs on Fire. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I was like, she looks so familiar in, events like this. You're seeing a lot of different people. Well, yeah, I'm so excited to be working with you. So you're saying, will this be helpful for your home art business?
Right. So my business is focused on events. So I put on corporate events, and I've just built it from when my baby was 4 months old.
Oh my gosh.
Fell into it whenever we moved. And then it's just grown, I spent $50 on materials, and now I'm doing like 100-person parties. That's worldwide. And so, but I'm, that's my goal, is I want to have 100-person parties or more multiple times a month, not this month. And then 5 months down the road is like, I want them every month, and I want a ton of people there because I have so much fun, and everybody who is with me loves it. So yeah, maybe you're feeling that energy. I was just like, maybe it's just for coaches. I don't know.
No. I mean, we've got a lot of amazing coaches in our community. Hold on, you just moved over there. There we go. But no, this is absolutely perfect for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at your growth and scaling plan. So your client, and again, we'll get into all this there, but like looking at who's that core target client. So if we're looking for events and parties of 100 people plus, like how do you get in front of more of them? How do we scale your messaging and your marketing, and what's the sales process like to convert more of those? Like it's perfect. Yes, it's perfect. I can't wait to work with you on this. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. I can't wait to work with you.
Yeah, this is the first like real investment I've made. So thank you.
You know what? When that's when things get exciting, is when you're like, no, I'm seriously investing in myself now. Like because that level of commitment from you, that will get mirrored back in your results. It's one thing to like dip your toe in the water or dabble or just do what's comfortable or listen to podcasts. It's another thing where you're like, no, I'm serious. And that coming back full circle to the beginning where I was like, decision is the most important thing. That's how I went from 10K months to 100K months. It was a decision. And so that when you just make that decision, boom, And then you got to take action on it. There's something you got to take action on that feels uncomfortable. You took the uncomfortable action. You invested in yourself. Let's go.
Yay. Sorry, my
Seriously,
Alexa's went
yeah.
off. I have to pick up my daughter from the school bus. Alexa off.
All good.
Sorry.
No, all good.
Everybody heard that.
All good. No, all good. So excited. Congratulations,
Yes.
everyone. I'm
Thank you.
grateful for this opportunity to serve and support all of you. For everyone who is here live today, thank you. For those of you watching the replay, thank you. And for all of you who are going to be taking part in 100K in a day, we cannot wait to serve you, support you, work with you. Thank you. This has been an inspiration and something that I think God's source universe has been wanting us to do and create. So I cannot wait to serve and support all of you in this. Thank you so, so much. Lots of love. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye, everyone.